There we go. All right.
Let's get to the free information. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. What we're basically going to be doing is, I'm going to give you a bunch of websites. I've set up a blog so that you can go there and see anything that I'm going to just suggest you just go and just walk right through the blog. Walk right through the blog. I had requested a room where we can get on the internet, and this is what they gave me. We can, outside the box. We can check to see if 102, which is a great, it might be open right now. And so next week, we'll just get and move in, something like that. Broward, HESI.blogspot.com. This is the third part of this. BrowardHESI.blogspot.com.
And what is this?
That's just, I'm giving you one link that gives you access to, I found 5 things that are free. In other words, it's problem sets.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, problem sets. And if you walk through those, you will be prepared, right? You will also find out what you don't know. And your homework is to bring to class or to text me or to email me, hey Steve, I don't get how to do this. That's the basic question. I want to know what you can't do. Okay, it's Swiss cheese in your head right now, we're gonna find the holes. You know those holes better than me. The typical standard course would be for me to hand out a test, and then you to do it during this time, and then I grade it, and then we decide what we're going to study, right? No, I mean, each of you is going to have your own study plan with me. These meetings are basically to share information. I'm hoping the next 2 classes, you guys will be coming in and standing up and talking about how you learned a particular problem, okay? So my hope for the next class is that you will find one problem that you didn't know how to do. You talked about it with me, you learned how to do it, and then you're going to come up here on the board, and it would be something like this. Hi everybody, here's a problem I didn't know how to do. It's 2.5 plus 3.25. This is how I learned to do it. You put those 2 things together, which is 5, then it's the half plus the quarter. I gotta make the half, the bottom numbers have to be equal, so this becomes 2/4 plus 1/4 equals 3/4. So I take that result and this one, and that becomes my answer. And you could do it in another language, doesn't matter. The fact of you standing up and doing it, I don't really matter if these people learn anything from it. It's you standing up here, having to do it. The adrenaline's pumping, you're worried about, oh, does my hair look nice? Did I, put on a good, maybe I'm sweating, I don't know. But the fact that you do it, it will cement something. Memory is preserved when you have adrenaline flowing. They demonstrated this on 60 Minutes. If you go to 60 Minutes, Adrenaline Rat, 60 Minutes. They basically had a maze filled with water, and there was one place where there was a little island. So the rat could swim, and eventually, by swimming around randomly, he found the place where he could stand up. With one rat, they then injected him with adrenaline at that moment to simulate, like, perhaps you've heard when you're in a car crash, time goes slowly and you can remember moment by moment how the car was rolling over or how it was spinning, right? 6 years later, you can tell. I remember how many trees there were on the left side of the car while it was spinning. Some of these things are fixed, right? It was because adrenaline was flowing. So they then took that same rat, 2 days later, they dropped him in the same pool, and he went right to the spot. Right? They then tried the same thing with that rat. They put in something called a adrenaline inhibitor. This was a different rat. They used a different rat. They injected him with the adrenaline, but then they injected him with something that inhibited the adrenaline, so that it was a null effect. They dropped the rat the next day into the pond, and he wandered. So you need adrenaline to fix a memory. And so that's why asking you to stand up, it's usually, it's not the most comfortable thing to do. Most of us do not wake up in the morning and say, oh boy, I'm going to be writing on a board today in front of strangers. You know. But you're eventually going to be able to stand up and do a problem that you're not comfortable with at this moment. 1 week from now, you're going to be doing that problem. If it takes you calling me on the phone, if maybe you text it to me and say, Steve, can you make a little video showing how to do it? Then you copy what I do, you memorize it, you practice it with your family. This is what I'm going to do on Saturday, oh boy, right? And then you're going to be up here. We'll take turns doing it. So this is a good layout. We'll get lots of pens and everybody will be up at the same time. And if you like, you could video. Hi camera. This is the HESI, way of doing mixed fractions. Ooh, watch this, right? You're gonna get it. So that's the importance of adrenaline. That number that was up here, did you already write it down?
Yes.
Okay, get out your phones if you have them. Go ahead and send me a text message. Then I know, right? It'll be easier for me. But then the other good thing is you have in your phone my number. So even if you walk out of here, you misplace your materials. For some reason you don't have your materials. It's okay, because you will have the materials. Has anyone actually looked at the FAQ? So the frequently asked questions. That's basically what this right here is what the page looks like. Here's the FAQ. If you type in FAQ Broward HESI, you will get that sheet that I just showed. It says, that'll be a good one for the next video. That's right.